Hey everybody, welcome to our 3-week celebration. We're going to go over some bits and pieces, and we're so excited to have you join us. First, a message from our executive director.
Good afternoon. While our world has been faced with many challenges this year, 2020 has been a great year for our trails. From trail usage, trail building, and trail maintenance, there is so much to be thankful for. We couldn't do any of this without you, all of our volunteers, and all of our amazing sponsors. Here's to wishing all of our trail friends all the best in this coming holiday season.
And fortunately enough, Rob Maple, our executive director, pulled off on the side of the road to join us live. Rob, thank you.
Welcome everyone. The pre-taped, session there. Maybe not as I want to be a little more upfront and personal here. So stop on the side of the road to say hello to everyone, to welcome everyone to our 3-week, very exciting Motts and Quarry event that we have going on. We can't really have gotten to this point without all of you watching, the volunteers that come out, have sweat, all the donations. We just thank you very much and hope you enjoy this next 3 weeks. And more importantly, hope that you get out on the trails and get to have some fun as we do.
Thank you, Rob. And now we'll hear from Lindy.
Thanks, Jennifer. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all of our sponsors who provided donations for this event. We hope that over the next couple of weeks that each of your organizations and your donations will be highlighted in a way that will bring a lot of people to your door as well. But again, thank you very much to our sponsors as we go into this really cool event. Hope you all enjoy it.
And Eli.
Hello, everyone. I am Eli Hennessian. I am the ride coordinator for FredTrails, and I am going to talk to you guys today about how you actually enter the celebration. The first part is to complete this Google form. What you'll do, there will be a link in the video description of this as well as shared on our page. You'll click it, it'll bring you to this page. So what you're going to want to do is read through everything on this first part. This is all of our guidelines and rules outlined as clear as we could make them. If you have any questions, we're happy to answer them now, either by joining the stream or by actually leaving us a comment in it. So what you'll do is you'll put in your email address. This is required for us to know that you're in it, because what you'll do is you'll actually send us an email with like a screenshot of your Strava activity or a ride or creative story. We'll get to that. You'll put in your name, ideally your phone number for prize announcements, and then you'll want to click here that you've read over the etiquette rules found at that address. You have to be 18 to enter. If you're not, you need a parent or legal guardian's permission. It's outlined all in this form here, which is your liability waiver, essentially saying that if you're under 18, the person also completing this form is your parent or legal guardian. So, and then if you could give us a little bit about yourself, that would be great. So once you fill out this form, you're going to go to the event Strava Club, FredTrails, Quarry, and Motts Loop celebration. So that's over here. So to get to that, you'll log into Strava, you'll go to Explore, Clubs. This is important. You want to make sure to click all, since we have all different types of activities there, and you'll search FredTrails. That should bring it up. So you'll click on the event and you'll join it down here. This is just for us to sort of be able to like share as a group in Strava. A lot of us use Strava to view each other's like rides and runs and hikes. It's a really great way to sort of join as a community through actually like interactive activities. None of that's necessary, but if you want to go ahead and do that, you can. So the next part, actually doing the activities. So all of it is 1 mile minimum. So you can bike a mile, hike or walk a mile, or run or jog a mile. And that can be on the Fredericksburg natural surface trails. So either at the Quarry or at Motts Loop. You can also submit a creative story or expression about the Quarry or Motts Run Reservoir to that email address that is given in like right here. And that will gain you another entry. So basically, every activity that you do per week, every type of activity you do per week will get you 1 entry. So you have up to 4 entries possible a week, 1 for biking, hiking, running, and then a creative story, expression, or historic remembrance. And then at the end of the week, a random participant from the week will be chosen to receive a prize. And you can see that by the live stream events that we'll hold every week. And Jennifer is going to walk over more about that after this. But In order to be eligible, you have to email proof of it. So that can be raw GPS data from like a Garmin or Fitbit, a screenshot of the Strava or Map My Run activity, even like a selfie of you on the trails of that day, something like that, just so we know that you've done it. It doesn't have to be anything too intricate, and it does have to be at least a mile. So the subject line that you want to do will be the activity itself, so bike, hike, or run, or creative, and you'll want to send separate emails for each activity that you do per week. So we'll know that you're in if we have an email from you with the subject line of the activity and proof that you did it, and that will be your entry for the week after you filled out the form. And you can send that to bikehikerun@fredtrails.org as mentioned in the Google form. So in order to be eligible, you will have to be a Virginia State resident, and you can't be on the FredTrails board. With the liability, any activity on the trail is completely at your own risk. And per the governor's orders, you're really going to need to distance 6 feet, make sure that you're wearing a mask when you're around other people, and sanitizing your hands before or after coming in contact with anything on the trail, getting to the trail, etc. Thank you guys. That's how you enter. Now to Jennifer for more information.
Thanks, Eli. And so just really encourage you guys to be safe out there. I know a lot of you just heard the governor's orders and recommendations, and we support that fully. I wanted to just say a huge thank you again to all our sponsors, contributors, and donors. You guys have just made us do some impressive things this year. It's very exciting, as Rob can attest to and has. So for those random drawings, we have had donations from Trek out at Central Park, Old Town Butcher Shop, the Pig Pit, Align Virtual Solutions, Wegmans, and River Rock Outfitters, Old Town Bicycles, and On the Fredericksburg Trails. And it is a variety of things that they have donated, from some pretty impressive helmets and gift cards to some of these restaurants. Some Amazon gift cards are in the batch as well, and anywhere from $10 to $50. So thank you guys for donating those. On the Fredericksburg Trails donated Gary the Goose. So for all of you out there who didn't get Gary the Goose, we have one available. Gary the Goose is our new town mascot. You probably saw the little writing up in the Freelance Star. We are so excited for you to get out there and celebrate with us, and thank you for all you do. One of the questions is, do I have to fill out the form if I'm just submitting something creative? Yes, please do, because that gives us some background information on you as well. And we, obviously it's very easy to do, as Eli pointed out. And Rob, any concerns that you have that you would like to share with the group?
Yeah, no concerns. Obviously, we're moving into the time of year when it's cold, it gets dark early. A lot of people are recreating on the trails. So, given, again, the COVID measures, just be safe out there, make rational decisions when you're out there. But nonetheless, this is all about having fun, again, celebrating the trails that we have here in Fredericksburg, celebrating all the great sponsors and donors and volunteers. And we keep on saying those three words a lot, but really, without that, we wouldn't be where we are, with the trails. And, this event couldn't happen with the trails. So all in all, this community is really put together by all these segments of things and people, and the hard work and sweat and money and all those things just go into this. So yeah, keep in mind all of those things when you're out there having fun, that it does take an army of folks to get it done. And again, we appreciate you for all that you do for us. And the return investment on that is our children's children will hopefully be able to use these resources and amenities and the things that we have in Fredericksburg for years to come. So thanks again.
And Rob, I just posted the links to the trail status, which I think currently we're in green. Is that correct?
That is correct. One note on that, we keep the trail status based. It's not a safety thing. It's a environmental sustainability type of code, where if it rains, generally speaking, if we get more than an inch of rain, we do we don't close the trails. We just give advice that if you go out there and use the trails when they're muddy, that can cause erosion, and erosion causes the problems cause the closures, and so forth. So we do give guidance on our website for those codes being green, amber, and red. Green meaning good to go, go have fun. Amber means we might have a puddle here or there, ride or run through the puddle, not around it. And red would be, you know, things such as, you know, it's rained a lot and the trails are going to be, you know, full of moisture, puddles, and so forth. So please look up on the website to get those statuses, because again, those statuses could reflect negatively if you go out there on a rainy day or after a rain, that could cause undue damage that then would cause, you know, probably some unnecessary trail work. But thanks, Jennifer, for bringing that to the attention, because that is something to look anytime you go out on our natural surface trails.
Thanks, Rob. And I also posted a link to the maps that are also available on the website. But maybe we should take a step back, Rob, and just tell us what has happened with Mott's Loop and the quarry signage.
Yeah, absolutely. So those who have been out to Mott's know that over the past, you know, 6 to 9 months, a lot of change has happened, and that change was us closing the proverbial loop around the entirety of the Mott's Reservoir, which is somewhere right around 8-mile loop if you go start at the front of Mott's and all the way around. Of course, that took months and months of digging and months and months of finish work and all of that. But really, that's what the celebration is all about, that, you know, for a long time, we've been wanting to get around it, but just didn't have the means or the resources to get there. And of course, with a lot of great donations and of course, a lot of sweat, we were able to close that loop. And then similarly at the quarry, we have been taking donations and working toward the sign project. For many years, the community has been raising their hand and trying to get signage out there. And the hands were raised for great reasons, because even though you are, you know, essentially a quarter mile away from civilization at any time, as we all know, when you're out there, you can feel like you're in no man's land and may feel a little lost. So because of that, and through some great donations from you, and of course a matching donation from IMBA, we were able to raise the funds. And you might have seen on our Facebook post a couple of days ago that we actually got a sign in. And imagine that sign dance all the way through the quarry trails, pretty much every intersection having a similar sign with a direction to the places that you're trying to go, the trails that you're trying to find. They'll be color coordinated with blazing on the trees, and all of this is reflective vinyl on metal and of course wood products. So at the end of the day, we're hoping that those that maybe haven't ventured out because of not knowing where they are will now have the opportunity to go out, feel a little more geographically, you know, in the loop. And then just in case you do feel still lost, we also have QR codes that are on every sign. So you'll be able to take your mobile device, scan that QR code, and it will provide a map to you that will show you where you are on the quarry trail. So, you know, obviously if you can't read a map, that's fine. It's going to say you are here, and then you're going to be able to follow those trails to get back to where your start location was, whether that was a parking lot or some other trail entrance. So again, that trail project and that sign project is something we're really excited about. So yep, hope you enjoy that one.
So Rob, we have a question that came in from Joseph. What are the best ways to find out about volunteer opportunities?
Great question, Joseph. So we do keep Facebook social media page, you know, pretty up to date with what I call the daily trail mail. Try to get something on every day about stuff that's going on. When we have events, we also use social media, but you'll notice that we haven't had a ton of published events. And obviously with COVID, there's a lot of good reason for that. There have been a few larger events where we have had public outreach, but we really haven't had a lot of events, you know, for the obvious reasons. We're hoping that 2021 brings us, you know, a fresh new face of what normal is. Hopefully have some more opportunity to bring large groups together, and then really start doing more things on the trails as larger groups. So dial into social media, which you obviously already are. You're going to find it there. We do have an email group that we do send those out, but again, we haven't sent a lot of those out because we haven't had them. But those two measures are the best ways to stay in touch with what we're doing out on the trails.
Yeah, and so we have a comment from Mike that even as someone who has been riding the Quarry Trails for a few years now, I'm excited to start learning the names of the trails. I'm right there with you, Mike. It's great.
Yeah, great comment, Mike. Yeah, appreciate that. One of the things, is not knowing the trails. We do a lot of maintenance, such as cutting trees out, and I can't tell you the number of times I've heard, "Hey, Rob, there's a tree down next to that, that place down next to that big rock next to the side of the river." It is explanatory, statement. However, it'd be really nice if the person said, "Hey, it's on Beach Trail at mile marker X." That's where these signs can start to take us. So we're really excited about it as well.
And yeah, so just a quick recap. So to join the event, you have to complete the Google form, bike, hike, or run 1 mile, or submit a creative entry, and then email either the creative entry or proof of the activity to that bike, hike, run at fredtrails.org address. And so you have to submit them by Friday, December 11th through December 17th. That's our first week. And then December 18th through the 24th, and the 25th through the 31st. Those are the 3 weeks. All of the entries are due by 6 p.m. every week, and the live stream drawings will be 12/18 at 4 p.m., 12/26 at 4 p.m., and then January 1st at 4 p.m. Thank you very much.
Look forward to hearing from everyone. Have a good one.
Hey, good night, y'all. Take care.